the Omen, but we've seen this from him many a time before.
Yeah, this Furia team, they're going to be starting on defense, and I've been impressed with this half from them generally, across the maps that they've been playing. I think they have some great chemistry, anchoring sites together with 2-3 players. They're great at setting up the right crossfires in the moment. Just those fundamental aspects of play as G2 intend on getting a fast A hit activated.
Yeah, sitting in the back of the site here, tenuously Arzine. He might need to drop back behind this smoke. It's going to be Jorgama pinged out, though. This is still G2 able to move up, and Arzine still out in the open. Didn't want to play in security Wyatt, doubling up with Alum at least, who can cut G2 down to size.
That's a great trade. Ooh, leaving a bit of danger. Call the corner is Dre. He goes down.
Just great timing for Alum to surge up, find a pick. Nova Pulse is going to force Koala out of the game for the time being. Leaf, Val, and Trent all very low. Alum sees a fair big, but has to refract away. And now Leaf gets caught out. That's 3 for Alum. Trent with the right click around the corner looks good, but it's down to Valen at 1 HP. And Alum exits with 4.
Look at that unit of Furia. 4 players just synced up beautifully, just pooling out of back site together to collect all of the trades. Alum using that refract to the best of his ability at taking that initial jiggle peek, spots out a player, gets out of there, swing comes instantly after the fact. I mean, what a beautiful tap there. Util to clear out Baby Bay. Thorough, yet simple at the same time from Furia to get them over the finish line here early.
Nice. You think it might mean something to that guy?
Listen, that's why Alum has him at 50% volume. That is why.
There's a number of people in the front row visibly recoiling after that. Piece in the previous round to get Furia out in front early.
Some good fundamentals from Furia as well. In this round 2, Leaf is going to pick up the Sheriff. Last we saw him on the Breach, he was a monster. He put up 26 on that split game to send 100 Thieves down a bracket, get you to their first win this year. Definitely looking to see if we get a bit of a repeat performance. And he's sending out a lot of good util in the late rounds, just harvesting kills.
Yeah, and look at that. It basically cleared mid. I think that reclear attempt could be pretty important for the Soda here, but Alum's already been able to peek in and take Jaw out. The weapon advantage being felt here by G2 is they had something cooking over towards that mid A connector spot. Now, a couple players stranded top mid with only classics.
Yeah, Nerve taking that contact when he gets pushed. Koala Noob ready to collect a couple easy kills, and there they are. EU was just being an absolute goblin and Vents with a judge to get the other kill earlier, and now it's all on Valen to, well, try his best to maybe do some damage. But that's not going to happen. Clean and easy for Furia, retaining every single gun into their bonus round. And Alum dangerously close to an early conversion pass.
I'm looking out for this, though, a little bit. The guided salvo towards top mid, also Astra Smoke to Catwalk. G2 do have the mechanism to quickly take that mid control. Obviously, here it's wrested back for them really effortlessly because there is judges around corners, there's stingers, but that idea, you might see that played out in a few different variations over this half.
I'm really curious to see what G2 have in store for us as far as the executes with this jet, because at least from what we saw against 100 Thieves, they're heavily indexed into Waylay and have some great sequencing of utility to set up Jaw playing that agent. So I wonder how it's going to, differ or be similar to this jet. Koala is just taking some space down mid.
One of those variations here from Fury where they push off that B site.
And a very common from what we're seeing with Yorus on this map, sending that gate crash all the way up mid, sometimes taking it, sometimes faking it. This time it was a fake. G2, they're in that A site. Artson fully committed, gets the first.
Again, we saw this last time from Fury. They're so good at just standing in the face of these fast hits. Artson even a stinger, alive at 46.
And those extra smokes, it's a nebula down that EU can play off of with this double controller comp.
Ooh, that could have been nasty. Trent's able to find a quick double though, and this means Nerve has to play through that nebula. It's not to be. Trent found 3 on the round, and now Nerve has to get in there to shut out. G2 on the board.
G2 make a good decision in the moment there as those additional smokes that Furia have are blooming on the site, which is to just slow down. If we over-push into these, that's how we're going to go down to those cheaper weapons, shotguns, SMGs, etc. Let's just wait for the smokes to drop, play at a bit of a longer range, and collect the kills. Trent is able to clean up.
Let's go!
Pretty much with ease on that round.
Mindful of the flank pressure, Trent has a really good intuition for the timing. He's able to be there and find himself 3 on the round.
But that will be one of the counters to this double controller comp that G2 should be leaning into, as well as, when they're in the post plants, they can't afford to give up space and let Furia just smoke them off from the deep angles. some considerations for them on this attack side as Furia now on the full buy.
Everybody dives down mid. Alum sticks around for a time, but not able to affect the aura, and now we've got pressure onto the B side. It's Baby Bay already with irons for upper. And he's able to play from this spot. This is going to get uncomfortable for Nerve, who might feel pinched as the hit comes in onto the side. It's going to be Koala Nuke down. Now the pressure comes back from Fury. They might just flood into B before this actually gets planted. Nerve sees two coming and lines them up. Here's the conversion pass now in play as Jorg and Trent have to put this together. And EU already plucks away the duelist.
That connects onto the mall. EU has a dart as well if he wants to throw that backside just to be a nuisance for Trent, the lone G2 player. Guardian. Less HP than ideal. Oh, just spotted out, just barely by Art.
Yeah, just the inch of his foot. Trent sees Alum topside and is going to be brought down.
And this is what Furia have been so good at on their defense side, especially on this Abyss map. They will just flood back in to support their anchors so quickly. Even with Koala going down there, Nerve stays committed to the site, and the rest of them show up in time. Alum collects a kill, and then immediately after that, rips a great conversion path onto the remaining two players who are by that cliff.
Good hold, Mike.
They are so good at flooding together. Just full confidence in supporting their anchors every single time. And G2 already thrown down to an eco.
Here's your 5th round. Now G2 again, like you said, have been a compromising spot in terms of the weaponry. Pretty lightly held B side. Of course, Koala Nuke can still rotate back there for Furia. It'll be the conditioning of that gate crash up mid, as we've seen this whole game so far.
And look, you can see that it does push Koala off the line down the mid. But in the meantime, G2 opt to just get into this mostly vacant B site. How much does Nerve want to commit to fighting right now?
And Nerve wasn't able to stop Jorgamo at all there. The jet dash got him past the guy at Salvo, but Baby Bay maybe overextended a little too much. Special delivery is going to force the Outlaw off the line, though. Kwa has to step up and simply sees Valen straight around the corner.
Yeah, that is a nice draw now, forced to retreat, pinged up even by the recon. Trying out in the open, yeah, just trying to get something done, but...
Beautifully done. Leaf trying to hold his own, but Fury are very, very good at just being decisive when it comes to hitting those sites. It's not really that intricate. They are simply flooding in with a bit of, that util behind them.
But even still, the fundamentals for a team that is entirely brand new. It's not like there's any remaining core here. I mean, ironically, maybe 2 guys from core. That is like the maximum. But it's basically an entirely new unit. And yet they just have this innate chemistry. It's pretty lovely to see as this org is just making a massive turnaround already in Americas this year. But Koala with a good round 2, quad kill, but Alim will be picking up the op. You'll see both Koala and Alim, they like to op. Actually, he opts to drop it. Just goes back to the rifle, but I'm sure we'll see him with that eventually.
G2 really need to get started on this attack side. They absolutely have to develop a base of some of these attack side rounds. I think losing this gun round would be really crushing for them in terms of expectations on attack side Abyss.
Now with this comp that G2 are running, they are loaded with some pretty devastating ults. And on this round, having both the Rolling Thunder and the Armageddon, well, that's the latter being used just to clear out this B site. Do Furia just try to get right back in, though?
Yeah, look at they always trying to catch G2 before they fully scaled into the side wire. They're going now. They might be slowed up a little bit by this aftershock, but it's only Jorg in there. He's left as an insert in B, and the spike is heading elsewhere.
G2 very scattered around the map. In the meantime, Baby Bay working his way into this A site. That teleport gives away that there's no one else there. Furia on the rotate. 3 players in spawn headed towards A.
It's a
bizarre
pump
round
fake.
right now.
It's a pump fake. Here comes Trent back in that B side direction. Alum just trying to tiptoe off the site, kind of convinced that they're done here. But now he's going to push through and see Leaf right in front of him. Now G2 full control of this B side of the map, with Baby Bay fairly deep in security across the map. Rolling Thunder. This is going to secure that upper control for Jorg.
And look at this. Baby Bay is on a mad long flank right now. If Fury accelerate, maybe he won't be able to catch the timing.
Oh, I like that. Hug in the corner, little ping there. Jorg, oh, swung into Nerve. Now G2 gonna have to pull off the side and play this post plant. They've got a pretty darn composition for it, and then Baby Bay just told to do whatever he wants. Come across the map from the A side, get into the works, and start to drag Furia down. They're down to 2 players who are in no position to contest this round realistically.
Yeah, absolutely no time to do it. They'd be content at this point to just try and take some guns away from G2 when they retreat here. Artson playing in spawn. Definitely has an opportunity tucked in this corner.
You check this, surely, right? All right, just the one. G2 will at least take his rifle out of the game for now. So hard-fought round still for G2, only taking 2 of those weapons away from it. But we're starting to cycle into some of these key ultimates, right? Both duelist ultimates up for G2.
I definitely had some concerns in the mid-round with how G2 were maneuvering around the map, but it completely ended up working out in that they drew Furia out of position from being able to flood. That was the first round where it was just Alim on B, and he got curious when that smoke went down. Maybe there was a timing for him, but he's caught, and there's no one there to support because G2 and Babybay specifically were able to get everyone towards A. That was a really well-played round. And now this dimensional drift going all the way up through mid. Vents split into A, get the information.
Oh, Alim has to get out. Yeah, sees that Cosmic Divide coming down. Fury knowing full well that A is the weakest site. I'm going to have to play for retake, but what is the timing going to be on this flood?
A classic combo with the drift into the stun, but Alim is just too quick to get away. It looks like Jaw wants to play very close, right behind that Astra Wall. As Nerve clears out Vents. Babybay getting flanked.
Alim's going to get in here. Is Babybay tucked in the right spot? It had to be an almighty flick, the timing of the Owl drone! Alim reveals himself, and Babybay can drop out of tower now, essentially scot-free. Flashing it back to A main. Now, Armageddon is in the game here for Nerds. So you can't simply sit in A main. It's going to be thrown towards the backside instead, where G2 simply are not really present.
Oh, and that paranoia didn't connect. On the Babybay does go down, but Trent cleaning up.
That's it. Round over, G2 able to hold off the flood of Furia players. Nicely distributed across A, but importantly wide, they select that weak site early and have a Cosmic Divide to get in behind.
Yeah, honestly, feels like kind of classic G2 where their big ult execute rounds, they just always win them. And there's so many cases of games where those are sometimes only the only rounds they get on attack, but then they switch to defense and they're so good on that half that they close it out. Like, that was pretty common for them last year, honestly.
Where's your hand? There should be a hand right here. Waiting.
Oh, there we go.
Landed.
All good, all good.
All right. Brings G2 back into the game now. 2 rounds in a row, and the money's starting to get pretty tight for Furia. Notice a Bulldog there for Koala Nu. So again, here is that sort of util top mid to imply heavy presence from G2. In fact, that would be correct. They are scaling up the middle part of the map.
Drone to try and get Alim in position, takes that peek, but scared as there are just far too many guns pointed his way, so refracts out of there straight away. But giving up mid control definitely means that Furia need to be concerned about someone playing right where Babybay is, just waiting to flank.
And look how quickly G2 bounce off mid now that they have that insert top. And Babybay was a real problem, I think, back in round 3 or 4, when he was able to run up behind Furia and unravel them before they could hold on B. That's another thing that could prevent that flood, that disruption from your own half of the map.
G2 setting up for this B execute. Koala Nu does love to play backside here, tuck in Cubby, have tons of smokes to play around. You can see the Astra puts down the Nebula. He's got the dark covers as well.
Oh no, here we go. There's no flood capability for Furia. They're completely off the site. And Babybay is in between them and B.
30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
he really has been tearing Furia apart, just playing top mid and getting really nice timings. This time far faster than the last time he went for the same flank in the same spot. And it looks like he's going to catch Fury again, honestly.
And by my reckoning, we've not really seen Yoru. When Babybay was a duelist, Yoru was not good. But, well, the boy is back, and he's more than happy to get into the Yoru's driver's seat.
Yeah, Art gets the one, but this time has to save and get out of there. Yeah, it is funny that seeing Babybay playing Yoru feels like, whoa, he's on Duelist? He's been playing so much Viper and Chamber for these guys since joining late last year. But he played Duelist for years. Yeah. He played it his entire time with FaZe.
A prolific Jet player, primarily.
Yeah, before he took the break and then now returns.
I mean, look at Zekken. It's just, honestly, it's part of growing up. He's starting to play those, you know, non-duelist agents.
Yeah, here is just... What? Looked like Nerve was kind of aware, honestly. Thought that there was going to be that exact timing, but yeah, Babybay too fast with that shot.
Let's go! Come on!
I mean, Yoru really allows such a deep level of skill expression for those with the game sense to carry it, right? BabyBay just seems to have found himself in the right place on a couple of occasions, but you're right. Nerve did have a read on that. He's got an idea, but G2 simply
have something ready. Like maybe, you know, Nerve is there ready to send it. Like they have 2 drones. Maybe one of them can re-clear and then Alan could dash in, throw the stun at him, get him hindered, something like that. But
all right, this gets G2 back to 4 rounds though. So a bit of a horrendous start. They've sort of stabilized that ship, and you'll notice now there's no full commit to top mid this time. It's actually BabyBay much more passively working that part of the map. Yeah. And hey, no, not so passive anymore perhaps, but still. That is Artazine out of the picture.
Furia attempted a double swing onto him, but Outlaw at that range and low armor. Very easy for BabyBay to get that first. And now surely G2 just lock up this round with full control of the site. Alan the only player on Furia with a rifle, but
yeah, dangerous.
Traded.
Okay, Saturate doesn't connect, and Trent is able to back up here. There is an owl drone to play off and probably some aggression now. He's good, guys. Don't worry about it. Bro is our pro. Literal world champion, by the way. It's EU, though. That's dangerous. Jorgamon Trent going to be brought down. As on Fallon, BabyBay is in a decent position to cover this, but he's going to be smoked out and forced to step up. Fallon has to lock it down. And he's up against Nerve with only a Sheriff, and he's able to win it out. This guy, with over 600 official matches of Valorant. That is over 100 per year that this guy has played. Fallon, 350? Yeah, Nerve is in his debut season here in the VCT, but this guy is a grinder like you've never seen before.
He is a super grinder. Like, since the beta has just been consistently playing in Tier 2 the entire time, finally has his chance on the actual VCT stage.
Fun Havers, Knights,
Sick
Nerd
shot.
Street,
Challenges, any Tier 3, 4, any tournament, he's
for those who are there, like he's in there, man.
What a sick clutch. I mean, Furia just pulled that off out of nowhere. Man disadvantage, worse weapons. EU with a sick double kill. And now Kowalnu picking up the AWP. First time on defense, I think we're seeing Furia with that weapon. And now look at this in the mix. It's that dimensional drift coming from BabyBay towards A, like when they split main with it last time.
What?
Alan clears that out. The real hit is on B.
It's going to be coming in hard and fast, but Nerve is going to be ready for it. It is hard to get past this anchoring duo for Furia. They aren't going anywhere. Artazine posted up on the site. Nerve ready to cover if there's going to be a push up in the middle of it. Fallon going to be pinged out at great distance away, but the spike, in the meantime, will go down. And Aftershock to clear that close corner for BabyBay.
Nice recon coming out. Leaf has to break that and retreat. Low HP. But still 2 players on site. BabyBay close range. Here they come. What a pass. That's perfect.
BabyBay, though, doesn't need fire rate right now. Just one shot is all he needs, but he'll be surrounded and eventually dragged off his pony. And that is Furia converting off an insane Thrifty. Just a very convincing hold.
The bread and butter on this map, these B floods and B retakes, they excel here. It's so frustrating as this attacking team to try to get in and actually kill the anchors because they have so many smokes to play around. Like, Artson is never in danger really at any moment there. I like the idea from G2. They attempt to make it look like they're replicating that round from before where they just pretty much cooked Furia with that things simple. Hit this B site, which has not been going consistently well for them.
Yeah, you wonder if there's something a bit more intricate at play here, if it's just going to be a fast hit.
We'll see. They can get Trent's Armageddon if they collect the orb. Looks like he's just ready to throw out that drone. What is going to be the maneuver off the back of it? Forced out of it right away, though. On account of Nerve playing on this site, that missile just gets there ASAP, and Trent has to give up the drone.
Because of the mid conditioning, though, look, there's a drone re-clear from Furia in mid. So G2 has done a good job, at least, at making Furia spend util on getting info in that part of the map, and it's split them down the middle. Now G2 have that player advantage as they hit into this site, and Nerve is just going to get sprayed down through the smoke in upper. Artazine might suffer a similar fate sooner rather than later, as that Aftershock starts to test his position.
It looks like G2 want to force the issue. That's BabyBay swinging, but he's alone. Leaf wasn't actually playing with him. It's a flash that comes late. That little micro play gets disconnected, and BabyBay fully punished on account of it.
When the Schmeeg hit you a little too hard from 5 years ago, I guess. Here's Valor, though, in a good spot and has found a timing at least. Koala Noob is going to be undone, but here's the push now. Flood timing for Fury as they hit this B side, and Artazine covers EU perfectly. His Armageddon will be easy enough to circumvent, but Trent is at a 1v2.
Yeah, he takes that timing to get into sight, play Cubby, get closer.
Can he outfox These two sharp senses from Furia. EU goes down first, but Artazine draws a bead on Trent and gets Fury their 7th round on defense, no less.
Through absolute brute force.
Wait a minute.
No, we're good, we're good,
Okay.
we're good.
I've been hurt too many times before, man.
No, just brute force from G2 trying to get wins on this B site. It's not happening. You know, outside of, there were those couple rounds where Babybay got the really good flank timings coming through mid, and they tried to do that in a bit of a different way with Val in there. But things began to fall apart when there was that disconnected play from Leaf and Babybay. He just ends up sending it in alone and going down.
I trolled. Thank you, Art. Thank you, I trolled.
All good. He saved you. Art has looked really good on this team so far. Let's see what G2 can do on this final round. Playing a 3-1-1 to open things. They do have a Cosmic Divide. It could be activated here at some point from Valorant.
Another slower start here for G2. More distributed across the map. But had the makings of more of a default with the Astra player in mid.
And now Furia do have 3 players on B, but the drone from the Teo is being sent out right now. That's going to clear out everything, so Furia should feel comfortable rotating away from this site. You can see EU on the minimap. He is on the move at the moment. As Alan with this off just posted up down mid. Maybe there's an opportunity to catch Valen lower.
He shows. Alan, though not in a position to swing off that and has to refract away, but still he's in a decent position, can reassume that line if he would dare. Pumping back to B side now. But look at the push up from Artazine. You will hear this.
Hoping that Babybay can sell this over on A. Not going to happen. This positioning could be perfect from Art.
Rips their heads off. Leaf is at least able to get one back, but this gets ugly from here on out. Aftershock's going to give Nerve the hot foot now, but the guided salvo doesn't really bother Leaf. He is in this B side. Spike, though, headed elsewhere. That's going via spawn to A, and Leaf is the insert left behind and quickly dealt with.
Those anchors so patient holding the angles. Spike will go down for free. This is essentially, feels like do or die for Babybay. He will win them the round if he can make the play. But if he doesn't, is there another way for G2 to actually pull this off?
If you're Furia, you're assuming that Babybay is in some sort of nasty, ratty position on your side of the map. Yoru's had enough time to work that A side.
I mean, at that, look at the utility that Furia still have to work with. They have a Recon, Smokes, Armageddon. I mean...
Here's the Armageddon.
Yeah, there's backside Valen forced away. Recon killer is close.
Oh, needed more than that, but essentially that's a solo challenge for Babybay as Valen was forced away by this Armageddon, and now he is simply speculating as to where the diffuser is. Haniu steps up and sends him packing.
Fully overwhelmed. The G2 definitely played some cool rounds out there. Some of the fakes that they had thrown, Babybay's good flanks up mid, but ultimately they tried to hard force B execs so much, and Furia's retakes and flood play there is pretty phenomenal. They were able to win the vast majority of rounds over on that site. Their anchors are really strong. I mean, they do some funny stuff with it, but also just on a practical level, it's so good for creating misinformation in mid by covering off the angles with the extra nebulas you get. Let's see how this plays out. Furia took that first pistol round. It looks like they're geared up, ready to get into this B site fast.
You're approaching me? Yes, Salam drops in immediately. Valen is taken out of the game. Nice shorty connections to Koala Noob, also really happy to take the fight to Leaf.
Leaf with no friends and no help on that site. After Alan gets the opening, pop flash out from Babybay, trying to find something right now. Might catch Alan, no, not quite.
This pistol round for Fury has been spectacular, honestly. And they won their first 7 pistol rounds of Kickoff. They've been very, very good with putting these together. G2 are, honestly, they're just sitting in the baby seat in the back. Rattle in hand. All safe and cozy, being taken off to Furia's domain of choice.
Koala cleans up with a nice triple on that round, but big credit to Alan for getting the first kill. And honestly, I feel like you can even just see on this first round now the difference that having the waylay makes, the impact that you have on these executes. Being able to get that close, just completely closing the gap on one of the anchoring players. And then even if Alan doesn't get that kill, spots out one of the players, does some damage, gets away, they can just pounce on him.
And Jet in that position is what? Dashing into a cloud burst and then hoping to play off of some kind of util? It's not the same. You don't have that rewind capacity, of course. G2's more dated composition, dare I say it. Feels like it struggles to match up. Here's Alan on the corner. G2 again, try and cook something remotely satisfying at the start of the round, but it's feeling like instant ramen. So that is pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah, instant ramen's not
I
bad,
like
but
instant ramen, yeah.
I got what you were trying to say.
Yeah, saltine crackers.
I like where you were taking it. I'm surprised that G2, the originators of throwing yourselves off the map, have not opted for that strategy at this point in the round.
Okay, I was just talking generally, like in terms of how this map is going.
Just played rather spread. I mean, usually I feel like every team at this point, you just stack 5 players somewhere. If they walk into you, cool. If they don't, you just jump off the map and move on. They did have all classics, but I guess Leaf picks up this Outlaw, so maybe they can do a little bit of damage. Artson, not going to repeat that.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, was waiting for him. Everyone gets cleaned up, and EU very close to an early Hunter's Fury in this half.
Could be pretty massive on this kind of map. It is easy enough on that B side to start to pick out some of those positions. Here's that early push up from G2 again. They're just trying to manufacture some kind of material advantage, maybe get some weapons early. For you though, they have a cohesion and fundamentals that really belie how long they've been together. It's like everyone's had the same amount of time in the offseason, give or take. These guys have done so much with it.
Yeah, it really does feel like there's just something inherent with these guys. All right, quick stun into main to try and deny Furia of any fast presence. Missiles as well, but Alan is just right on top of Jaw.
Oh, buddy, on a gun round as well. That is absolutely brutal stuff.
Oh my god, I mean, damage up mid.
What is he doing here, bro? Koala just walking up mid.
He is in the walls. Trent is postured very close right now.
How long can he get away with this for? How much time can he buy? Can he get another advantage? Yes, G2. That is perfect from Trent through the smoke. EU doesn't see it coming. And Artesine all of a sudden watches the house of cards crumble. The deck now stacked against him.
Yeah, one of those just holding the S key as well. Mouse one at the same time. Free kill. Game's easy, and Leaf in a little bit of trouble. Oh, but the flash does go off in time. Well done from Trent. And then in addition to that, credit to BabyBay, who was able to rotate to heaven very quickly and just start throwing flashes, make some noise, try and draw attention so Trent can...
Koala noob top mid. Guy will go anywhere for a frag. He'll go to EVA. He'll go top mid. It doesn't matter, bro. This guy just wants some action.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Let's go. Hey, we're good, boys. We're good.
That is crazy. And now, Trent, one away from his ult, so we'll see if that gets activated on this round. That's definitely something to pay attention to, the fact that EU is 1 away, Alum is 2 away, and Trent is 1 away, so perhaps late round things could get explosive, but early round is Furia with intentions of going up mid. Information on BabyBay, who's going to feel more comfortable just getting out of the mix when the recon spots him up.
So Furia are loitering through mid at the moment.
And there's a re-clear from Trent. That drone goes through top mid, and off the back of that, Duelists intending on taking some space, getting close up on that bookshelf.
Does BabyBay remotely consider that Furia in numbers have hung around a mid for this long? They're starting to finally peel away from this part of the map. So G2, credit to them, haven't really shown too much leg early in this round.
Yeah, this Furia team very content to take things slow, wait out any effort to get proactive from G2, re-clear of A main. EU can get this orb now, get the ultimate.
My ult is ready.
Orb picked up. Hunter's Fury on deck, but only 33 seconds on the clock.
Looked like BabyBay wanted to explore down mid, perhaps a little bit too far, but that's not going to be the case. There's a rotate from Valen. He's headed over towards A. Just lack of sound from Furia, kind of throwing G2 for a loop. The B execute is coming through. Hunter's Fury into heaven.
Alum got deep into the site there as well with that light speed. EU questing, okay, finds a tag on BabyBay. That's pretty telling if it's the Yori of the catch of the Hunter's Fury. They are in the site. It's up to G2 now to wrest it from their grasp. They've got that Trent util. Now flashes for BabyBay. And for Leaf, they're going to make use of them though, and it's just BabyBay crushed there by Nerve, who holds his own. Alum waits for the push out now, and he tucks around the corner. Help comes eventually. Enough for Fury to trade up that engagement, and Trent gets sourced out in the open.
You can just see how frustrating these smokes are to play around for G2. Koala Noob is just sat in one top site, waiting to swing out left to right. G2 don't know where he's going to come from. Alum is a little bit closer up. As soon as Jaw dashes out into the Cloudburst, all right, easy insta-saturate right into that to nullify his play. It also kind of cascades from Nerve getting a beautiful little reaction shot there with the perfect crosshair placement.
Again, they just have this delegated so nicely.
Come on,
These
boys,
crossfires
nice shot, Toro. Good shit.
when they're in a sight.
This double smoke comment, I mean, you're really seeing them put on a masterclass with it. They're getting so much value.
G2 are very quickly running out of rope. Trent has an armor getting to play off of here, but Furia have shown themselves to be pretty darn dynamic and tough for G2 to pin down. Long enough at least to catch them in that Teho ultimate.
Furia getting active top mid. Oh, what a shot from Baby Bay.
Honestly, the guy has been a workhorse in this map especially. Getting back to Duelist. Really causing problems for Furia by popping up on their side of the map. Gonna need more of that though to make this a compelling matchup. Some mid-control here for Artazine. He's going to respect that stealth drone coming his way.
Gonna fall back here.
Drone coming up through B. Wow, Baby B gets a second and Jaw up top, but with support from Leaf. That should be the nail in the coffin on this round.
Not a lot to be said about it, and the money's not great, but Nerd's already committed for the most part, so going to see if there's anything can rustle up here. As G2 spent pretty low for this one. It is Alum. On his own, at least deals with Jorgamon. And he can't quite get away. The penetrative power of the Guardian cuts him to the quick.
Round that basically entirely won by Baby Bay. And that hasn't been the first round for G2. That is won by a play from Baby Bay. When you said it, he's really been the workhorse on this map. Trent as well.
Feels like a Bronco out there.
But just being able to get that first kill, teleport away, and then is so active getting back into mid later as well.
Someone who's been pretty notably absent here is Jorgamon, right? That attack side, G2 really to get that value out of him. And he says in an interview recently with Sage Datwin, actually, that he's not the kind of guy to come alive when his team are behind. When things are going tough, he can struggle to be that guy to get in there. That's Baby Bay's job.
Furia want to keep it simple. Look at all the smokes that are going to go down on this side. Alum straight through it. Shotgun in hand. Maybe
not so unwise, though, to give up the side if you know the Waylay's going to be coming at you with some form of shotgun.
They're hoping that they can just play a retake with this Armageddon, surely.
Okay, having control for G2. Yeah, a lot of smokes you've got to fight through. Remember, you've got double controller set up here. And Nerve finds value with the Bucky on A. We're in the post plant. Trent has to guess somewhat. Hitting back A with his Armageddon might not hurt. There's going to be plenty of room for Furia to get out of it now, as we're going to have crisscross of those Teho ultimates in play. And it's Trent finds a nice timing off Heaven, but Artazine trades it. 20 health between these two players and Furia now. It's Artazine. And it's going to be tough to hold up under this level of heat.
The Furia players just so weak, outgunned as well. And they risk a fair bit using the Armageddon on that round where they were definitely disadvantaged. But listen, I get it. I'm not mad at it. If that is able to get the kill, maybe they win it out from there. So.
This is obviously Baby Bay trying to get in. Kwanu playing back towards security. Jorg fighting inside the side, finds a couple of key frags there again. Anything to get some momentum generated. And you've got a Rolling Thunder to the next round. So again, you spend pretty heavily for G2, but you do have these pretty effective Flood retake ultimates. 2 rounds consecutively at your disposal.
Yeah, I mentioned it before, but the comp that they have is dense with strong ults. G2 going for a very proactive play down B. Furia, again, full intentions of just getting into this A site, however. Getting that orb over towards EU, dash in. This time into Heaven, and Valen, he was spotted. Oh my gosh, yeah, the last second, and he's caught.
Baby Bay's trying to get some control of Tower again, I think. Here's that Rolling Thunder, but how are we looking to play off that? Baby Bay emerges actually into the stun itself, but is able to win the fight out against the Waylay. Artazine tucked close here. No plant yet. Keep that in mind. Now Fury across, and it's perfect timing. With the grab well in play, Baby Bay can't safely swing that to catch them as they cross.
Look at this fight that's going to take place in A main as well. Jogamo on the flank. Baby Bay trying to make some noise, trying to distract, and Jog gets a crucial kill. All of a sudden, these Furia players, they're getting pitched from all angles.
Timing! Oh, could have been big, but Koala Noob found 3 and really even this round up. Artisan's util trolled Baby Bay for a solid 20 seconds inside tower there. And now it's on Jorg. If there's any time to come alive, it's right about now. And Artisan says, no, stay dead, actually.
Just too fast on the reaction. Give me the Koala replay. I need to see whatever he was doing back sight there. He opens it up with that kill onto Valen, just catches him, yeah, right there as he's trying to retreat into that dark cover. But then Cook, and then coming out up top, wow.
Fighting.
I mean, just great adjustments.
Boom, baby! That's how you do it, baby. You like that? You like that? Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
50% Discord, 50% audio.
It's 2 big booms so far for your boy.
It's time for Furia to run it back and just go towards this A site again. Recon down mid and smokes down mid from Furia as well. So they're trying to act like, okay, there's some presence there. Surely this isn't just a 5-man A slam again.
Baby does have a contact line here, but this drone kind of messes him up. So already the answer to it, he's just got to have a shot through this. That's a guided salvo. He steps ahead of it. Here comes the crosshair break. And the refract away for Alan. Baby Bay is just taking pot shots at the moment.
Yeah, Furia haven't gone all the way through, but Koala Noob is up in the vent. Used his ultimate to get there, but will eventually have to make noise on that door break. Do Furia just cut noise, try to re-hit? Do they leave? Baby Bay aggro.
Crouches into the shot. Nice connection. The spike still is in A main. Furia have to step up onto this side, but Nerve and Alan do that with confidence, swaggering into A.
No patience. All desire to fight from G2. They go down. Valen on the flank. Okay, a little bit lazy on the shot, but is still able to find it onto Art.
Either Valen's late or his teammates were early. Either way, he eventually gets one. But now what? We just push straight through this A site if you're Furia. Looking for that last round, that last victorious round, and Leaf is utterly overwhelmed.
Nice double swing. Valen has the rifle, but low on HP, facing 3 players.
Gonna fall back here.
I mean, this is Furia's game to lose right now. They should be taking their map pick in fairly dominant fashion, and they do.
Unreal. That is unreal. Beware of a team, folks, that is free to reinvent themselves. Like the Ghost of Christmas past, Koala Noob's like, hey boys. And he punished a lot of those defensive push-off from sites from 100 Thieves. That's actually something, though, that Furia also did very, very effectively against Sentinels in their previous game. That was across Split and Breeze. So curious to see what the balance is between these two. It's G2 on the attack side, though, here in the pistol.
And look, now that we have Koala Noob on the Yoru, a real Oppers agent, we could be in store for some pretty sick battles between him and Baby Bay, who is currently positioned with the entirety of the team over at B-Long, not playing his own game, just taking contact forward.
Looks like, though, they are going to try and fast hit this site once that the wall timing can be navigated.
And if G2 do commit to this B hit, everyone from long, Hookah is definitely going to be a concern. But look at Koala Noob. He's actually pushed all the way out. It looks like he wants to maybe try to flank B long.
Is he going to have the timing here? He's the guiding light and the dash in onto the site. Nerve inside a Sky Smoke now is going to give some groom. So it's going to be a full retake and hope that Koala Noob finds a nice timing. But I think he might run into some form of this util here, and he's spotted out. It's Leaf, though, who comes off decidedly second best in that exchange. Baby Bay caught inside a C is completely outdone by EU. And so it's on Valen and Trent. With Alom about to emerge from Hookah. Bandit in hand for Trent. Sees him coming, and there's Captain Valen. Deals with Artisan. Hindrance here on Trent as the Saturate connects. But it's 2v2. Push onto the back side. EU bounding his way forward like baby's able to get the better of Valen, and now it's on Trent. What a shot. That's a big deal. It's already gotten to half, though. Trent needs to intervene, and he does! What an opener for G2. The Red Bull clutch from Trent gets him on the front foot first.
Trent definitely has been shooting today. Even in the loss on Abyss, he was one of the 2 standouts for the G2 side on a desperately needed pistol, just to put them in a position to feel some level of momentum heading into this map after that defeat.
Oh, what?
That's a sick tap shot.
Don't even try.
But you have Trent on these feet.
Let's go, baby!
Big win for G2 out the gate. And already in the hands of Baby Bay is going to be that Outlaw. Just to use 1 of 2 shots on that haunt. Not ideal.
Oh, are they gonna flash out of this smoke and try and get this Outlaw away? Baby Bay's got backup though. We're about to find out that a hard way. The singer sings out, and oh, Oh, 2-for-1 special. Don't mind if I do.
Furia do get that orb in shower. I think EU picked that up, getting pretty close to the Nightfall, but I'm sure G2 on an attack side. Are they going to take their time? Are G2 going to...
Now listen, it is too early.
They would never do that.
It's too early for SAS, Mr. River.
No, it has felt like G2 have increased the pace a bit, so at least so far, watching them playing with this Waylay.
Valorant did also say in that interview that he really liked the revamping of G2's comps and overall play style that they were able to, you know, sort of bring in the off-season. EU is, well, he's seen better days. Oh, we should have a double back for Baby Bay. Always looking for a second bite at the apple, and there it is. Looked a bit dangerous. It's Artisan on the side too. This is so much information.
Yeah. I mean, and also that's...
Spike planted.
Wait, yeah, the Outlaw gone? But...
Well, yes.
It won't really matter too much. We're going to see a lot of that from Baby Bay, though. And by that, I mean him staring at showers, walking through showers, trying to get kills in showers, all of that.
It's just like going to KBBQ with Dre. He's always asking for more. Bro is always downing it.
No, I respect that.
Yeah,
I feel he's just like me.
Oh, yeah, you're a fiend as well at the barbecue table. Bro's always bulking. Right, Artisan, of course, is head of the Outlaw over to Nerve. But to see if he could get something on the exit side after the detonation came through. Jorg trying to do much the same. And there we have it, no Outlaw maintained.
And they didn't really want it too much anyway, so no worries. Easy kills for Baby Bay on the cleanup. And he really just wants to stat pad. He's going to go in there and just try to get some more. Why not? Now switching over to the rifle. Let's see what Fury have in store for us on their first buy round here. This is their first time playing this map this year. It's been one that they've just been kind of floating. Second ban, I believe, as well. So not at the top of their pool, but oftentimes we see teams at the opening of the year really misjudge their map pool. Some maps that work in scrims, horrific when it comes to match time, and then a map that they feel like they're okay on, suddenly it goes to the top of their pool. I mean, even with Fury, it's not like they picked Abyss in the, or they floated it at the first series, and then they realized, wait, we're sick on this map. Let's just pick it against G2 and win.
Here he is. Alan is going to hear that Trailblazer come his way. Give it a little bit of that room. Talking about bouncing like a pinball straight down short. In we go. Thought he might have caught up there with the saturate, but Alan was more than ready to fight him off.
Going back in for more. He's going to escape, but run down by Leap. Artisan not able to connect.
Leap gets caught out. Pretty sharp flicks there from Artisan to catch Valen as well. And ends up being a 2-for-2. Baby Bay storming into the back of the site. Won't find anybody lying in wait. He's concerned about vents when all of Fury are coming out of shower.
Swing out though, Koala Noob taking a lot of damage, but leaves Trent in another clutch effort.
Oh man, on the move too. Classy finish there for EU, and the first gun round for Furio yields them their first of the game.
Just some good anchoring from Artin backside. Awkward, thought it was going to crumble when he wasn't connecting the shots onto Leaf, but after the fact was able to make that readjustment. Now gets Leaf on the second attempt.
Dude, it's, yeah, because he's waiting for the swing timing. That is really heads up from Artisan.
That snap onto Valen was beautiful. He's really been a solid defensive player for this Furia team so far, Artson. Been playing a lot of Astra. You can see he's been really intelligent with the way that he positions himself in defensive positions.
I mean, I'm remembering now how Frod on MIBR was hailing him as an upcoming prodigy. A big deal. A build-around player. We didn't see it then, but now he's come of age, coming to his own.
That's fast from Jaw. Thought that Saturate would have connected, but it's sidestepped ultimately.
Daughter Force in effect now for Baby Bay. He's going to work solo.
In showers. This is where he will be. With an op.
Slicing the pie here.
All the time. It looks like Furia were kind of expecting that, though. They had a high-low just ready to face for this pick. Yeah, matter of fact, they still do. So if Baby Bay gets...
Grab well as well to throw his aim off. This is dangerous! Man, they didn't even need the Astra util on the end.
Wow, that is a hard counter. That is being prepared for his playstyle after watching him against 100 Thieves.
Shout out Coach Shaw. Didn't find success in the skirmish, but that call was brilliant.
Now EU is on the move over towards this B site. Furia, 3 players ready to go if the execute comes through from G2.
No flash, walk up, guiding light, nowhere to be found. Trent just down straight away, okay. Maybe G2 not expecting Furia to be as pushed up as they were. Valorant caught out in the open by that Nightfall. With Alum in hookah, this is so dangerous for G2.
Plan now coming through, trying to give Leaf some smokes to play around backside. EU is ready on the angle, but Leaf collects it.
Alum's going to try and remediate this quickly though, but it's wayward, it's ham-fisted. The shots frankly go wide. Leaf now on his feet. And an unlikely salvage of the round for G2 after that weird happening for Baby Bay over at Showers.
Just a split decision from Valorant to throw those smokes down quickly. And because of it, Leaf was able to have something to navigate around. Wow, that snap is so sick. I mean, it's not like EU wasn't expecting him to pop out there. He just wasn't fast enough.
Decisive from Alum to try and clear that side of Leaf quickly, but yeah, you're going to have to not miss if you want to come at that guy.
G2 have shown some serious skill on this bind attack side. Furia on an eco round now, and it's time for Baby Bay to take his time with the scoped weapon.
It was a slightly awkward sight hit, though, on B that last round. They kind of just walked up through the Viper wall, looking for a time. Let's see how concerted this is. Okay, like that. Dash onto the box. Backside still, though, being held by Furia. And that molly will cover any push in through vent.
Maybe if G2 get a little bit too proactive, or Jaw rather, because the rest of G2 seem to be dispersing towards the B side. Could be caught, but feels like Jaw doesn't want to overplay his hand. Matter of fact, Valorant is going back to him. G2 are pretty disconnected right now. Awkward. That's an awkward spray.
And Valorant can't help, though. He's just not set up to crossfire that.
It's a good jump peek from EU, not getting caught, trying to go for the gun. Oh no, that's disastrous.
Tough with the Sheriff. This now gives G2 all the room they need to get into A, but there's presence inside. Labs as G2, and Leaf holding it down.
Situation that looked dangerous for G2, despite being at that massive weapon advantage, is ultimately just brought to safety from Leaf.
Koala Noob is the ghost player here. He doesn't really have grand aspirations for this round. Happy to find what he can and get that one step closer, maybe to a dimensional drift. Have that in the next round, without needing to pick up an orb. Looks like he's not inclined to go hunting.
Unless it's time to try and chase through the teleport with the Bucky.
As respectable as I find that. Oh! Okay.
And I do respect it.
Listen, that extra orb, that is a difference maker. Leaf is waiting for it, and he notches his 4th kill of that round. He has had, I feel like most of his kills occur in the last couple of rounds. G2 get up to 4 rounds, though. That's the number that matters.
Man.
Is it momentum of Artazine?
Yeah. If that kill goes the other way.
He knew it.
He's 6 out of 7. Yo, Artson is whipping so bad.
Importantly, he's 6 out of 7. So he is tracking that dimensional drift, and he knew Koala would be looking for that frag.
All right, now on this round, 2 things of note. Furia, they're playing into one of their big win cons. Koala Noob getting an op and setting him up to get opening kills on defense. On the other side, G2 love going for a play where Jaw uses that light speed to double dash in. They try to locate a target. He throws the saturate at them, gets them hindered, and then Valen, with his ultimate, just drops it straight on that player's head to get a kill.
Okay, that poison orb is respected. Leaf maybe even aware there's a minuscule gap in it. Trailblazer goes past Koala Noob. There's no catch there. As that was headed in through hookah. Doesn't reveal the Octagon player, and Koala Noob can fall back onto B with his ult.
That also reduces the option of G2 to threaten much towards A short with that wall permanently down. Here comes Jaw into that top site smoke.
Exactly. The way's been paid for Jaw, but this is like a later timing from Baby Bay. Less aggressive on A. Jaw now over the side, sees a flash of nerves. He tries to jump away. Dimensional drift for Koala Noob, though, is going to confirm that this is the genuine article. Or is it? Because it looks like the spike has been pulled away from this side of the map.
Wait, catches one on the rotate. Is Valen going to peek into this timing?
Oh, no. There was a second player, but the spike is being held by Trent here. If it goes wrong for him here, the round is done. Spike is down. Koala Noob just tore the heads off them. And Jorgamo, who would love to be the spearhead, is the butt of this round's joke.
Koala just on all of the right angles at all of the right times. Such a great sense for the direction that the G2 players would be headed in a very scrambled situation. Over on that A side as well, Fury had a nice little two-man play to deny Baby, but look at that, just posted up around the cloud. That's lovely. Catches Valen in that moment, and there Baby's attention was drawn.
I think I want to keep the AWP, by the way. I know you said you wanted me to rifle a lot more, but I'm feeling it with AWP, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, I'm with him.
Change of plan.
I mean, I'm with him. You have Koala Noob on your team. Matter of fact, they have 2 AWPs now. What is happening? Bro, what's happening in the columns?
I mean, those extremities are going to be locked down pretty nicely. Well, contact angle here for Alum inside shower. The same for Koala Noob on the other side of the map.
Long. That's crazy.
That's my seal of approval.
Oh, Flash doesn't connect onto Alum. Oh, no. John might be in trouble.
I mean, he is waylay.
G2 are heavily postured for an A execute
They
on a round where their money is very low if they lose.
Yeah, they got their Viper Bull, they're on short. They can get pretty deep down here without any adversity. Oh, dear Alum, that is not what you want to see. He loses his nerve and the op. Pre-plant pit on the A side. The pitter-patter of feet for G2 as they swarm over it. And Fury have no business actually trying to play Valorant this round.
Yeah, no. This one is cooked. Time to save that op. Not 100% sure they needed 2 of them into that round. It was a bit of an unfortunate timing. I mean, Alum wanted to avoid the Trailblazer, so he stepped forward, but then his crosshair was a little bit off for that wider swing from Jaw.
I mean, you are going up against the Waylay who will break the crosshair placement if she can anyway, so it is tough to hold line. Maybe he was just hoping it would be Alum v Baby Bay.
Yeah, right. It's just Baby Bay peeking that with the op, but doesn't end up being the case. And then Baby Bay just does his thing late in the round to kill those defenders while they're being pushed out of positions. G2 do use several ults, though, to win out this round, so...
You mentioned it last map, though. It's those G2 ult rounds feel like they are
they're just
very
locked
secure.
Up. Yeah, it's like they have a 99.9% win rate on the we are using our ults rounds historically.
Real facts being cited here, folks. Right before your eyes. Looks like we're going to...
Yeah, it might be a timeout
here for sure.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, Jaw on that wide swing, and then Baby Bay picks up one player on the retreat. They knew Artson was stuck right. He just makes it look effortless.
If they're just doing shit, we do our shit better. How about that?
Brilliant. You know, why didn't I
say
think of that, honestly?
all the time.
That's crazy.
G2, no ultimates to work with at the moment. Only one is going to be in the hands of Alum, who I think will be giving up running the operator for the rest of the half.
Yeah, Koala was like, yours? No, mine. He is feeling himself. That last round, he didn't have a chance to make use of the op. He was out of the round virtually before he fired a shot. Now look at this emphasis on showers this time. This is the adaptation for Furia. They do not want to let G2 get in there for free. But G2 kind of read into this, right? They're kind of one step ahead of that. They're focusing more over towards that short side. No showers presence to speak of.
And now with that Trailblazer used, Jaw wants to take the space, activates the refract.
This is happening all at the same time.
Yeah, it's just this slow work of short. Baby Bay trying to post up top side while the other players work their way into lamps.
Now, there is a gate crash for Koala Noob to get in a position to cover a push out of lamps, but outside of that, he can't do a whole lot to stop what G2 are doing on A.
Yeah, they have to know though, that it's possible that G2 are in these positions.
Too clean with it though. Joel gonna back out now. Concerned about maybe a wrap from B long, and he's right. He has the intuition here, and Alum has the aim.
And Alum has the convergent paths. The players from G2 in lamps have to be extremely concerned right now.
This is, though, the cringe post-plant setup to some degree between the Brim and the Viper.
And there is just a lot of delay on account of Jaw being on the opposite side of the map. The clock is already ticking. Baby Bay posted up.
He's off the line.
Dangerous.
He's off the line now. That's the problem. He's going to repost it. Now he's going to be smoked off of it. Val in the corner. What was that? Unreal. The conversion to the player in heaven. Out of absolutely nowhere. Elbow drops Furia.
Well, the rest of his team were just caught in the ult. no chance to actually take any kind of good fight. Valorant just steps out and cleans up everyone with ease.
Let's have a look at that again.
Why not? This was Jaw earlier in the round. Tap on the cross.
Okay, there's some help in that second one.
I mean, Art has the knife out. They really think everyone was caught. They're convinced that no one was tucked on sight.
Come on, baby. I swear it wasn't my aim first, Matt, bro. It was this cringe-ass play.
Any lip readers in the chat?
I mean, yeah, that push, though, from Art was, I don't know what had them convinced that no one on the site, or that there was just no one on the site at all, but
that was nice.
Unfortunate. There are 3 Buckies right now for Furia. It's the state of the game. Valorant in 2026.
G2 were concerned that we might see one of these, like, you know, save or like these eco pushes out of Shower again from Furia. We did get that last time Furia sort of lost the pistol.
Yeah, you always have to be concerned that there's the potential for some kind of Showers crunch play on a round like this. So they really are just taking their time.
Now, in fairness, Fury have 1 rifle. So Artazine is going to play that anchor deep in the A site. He's the only player that's been left back there. But there's going to be a gate crash to allow for reinforcement. It's a Marshall for Koala, though.
Not the strongest of reinforcements that will be arriving in heaven.
Artazine opts to make a play for Lamps here. Rotate back for EU. Oh, hey, it's pretty good with the headshots, though, isn't it? Koala's picked up Leaf already.
There's one, but even still, Furious have to close the gap with 3 Buckies, and Jaw has a convergent paths anyhow. I mean, this should still be a G2 round. There is a flank from Nerve, but again, he has to close the gap with the Bucky.
Who's watching Shower? No one's watching Shower right now. Valorant is his back turn. He's looking over towards Vents, and here they come as Artazine, the sole rifle in the round, sinks out. And now it's a 5v3. All right, it's a bit towards short. No, but the classic is happening, baby. Jaw does his best, but his best ain't good enough. It's on Trent in a 1v4, and those valuable weapons are being scooped on up, but Trent has other plans. Nerve low with the spike defused on the other side. Never say never, Mr. River. I mean, there's your thrifty round.
Just finally gets up close with the Bucky. Took him 35 seconds to do it, but that classic was good enough too. He just wins an isolated 1v1, I think. Sure. Why not? I mean, G2 should be closing that out. They all have rifles, and they rip the convergent paths. Was that I didn't see whose flash that was. Someone flashed the bound backside.
We'll try to find out who it was.
Both of them.
Man, I buy the Marshall on Eco. I buy the Marshall on Eco, baby.
It might have been a double flash. Both teams just flashing everyone. I don't even know, man. But sure, Fury win that round after not being able to win with.
It's Koala Noob all of a sudden just digicine.
He's back to opping.
Get me a scoped weapon of any variety on any round.
He is back to opping. Look at that refract from Alan, by the way. Just zooms over the minimap all the way from A to B. That's crazy. And in the meantime, Koala kind of shows himself with the op and then gets away to A. It's a fun way to adjust the positions on the map with the agents that can just teleport.
And there was a gate crash towards the B side. He could have even cancelled that and headed back there.
Koala Noob is getting more proactive with that op than he has on previous rounds, I'll tell you that. He's pushed down short. In the meantime, Nerf is going for this spam down B long, forced to retreat as G2 move forward with the utility.
A lot of spend of util, though, just for this Octagon control.
Oh, I like this timing on the pit now. After some of that util is used, Alum getting up close with the shorty, Nerve playing in there as well.
Baby Bay inside the Viper's pit.
And, you know, suddenly we've arrived at a situation where G2, who looked like they had some real intentions of trying to work a B long, have to go elsewhere. They don't actually have a Trailblazer from Trent. Baby Bay, I mean, this is
what
crazy.
What is the idea behind this?
He's posting up 1 HP if someone on Furia walks forward. G2, they're forced to adjust, forced to send everyone out of hookah.
Baby Bay's going to have to find a timing here, but Jorg is going to be inside a smoke on that B side yet again. Leaf finds Allen. It's about finding the Viper player, I suspect, but Nerve is hiding down. Here comes the pit. Baby Bay's going to be low and still decayed when it disappears, but there's no one there to follow up on it. Because Furia, they're caught outside of the site.
Art is trying to work himself into hookah for this flank right now. As G2, 2 of their players trapped in container. 1 to assist from Octagon. It looks like they want to take some other space. They want to get out of that uncomfortable position center site and fight elbow.
They have to know that was a clone, but G2 think there's more behind it, and they're not wrong. It's EU. Tries for a seize. Valen should be clear of that. Yep, Nardazine down. Koala Noob's up, though, starting to chime out. He flashes his way in. Baby Bay ducks into the nebula for a time, but Valen's in trouble. Now it's Baby Bay who face the music, and Koala Noob still feeling it, still shooting. Gives Furia their fourth.
Look at that, just baiting him out with the tap on the spike. And with the AWP, that's so awkward for Baby Bay. Forced to get out of there and then has to scope in. G2 were just feeling so congested on that site. You could see them feeling that they needed to maneuver elsewhere. But then EU just really works them in that elbow fight, finding the kill and then delaying. Comes back, wins this 1v1 against Valen. That's nice.
Nice! Let's go, Johnny! Come on, man! Let's go, Toro. Good job. Good job.
Okay. Timeout going to be called here for the last couple of rounds of this half. G2, as you can see, are able to buy up to a degree. That's the conversation, I'm sure, right now. Only Seekers at their disposal. Whereas Furia are flush, and we've got a dimensional drift as well for Koala Noob. Last time we saw it, he drifts over towards Fountain and just has this crazy flank.
Fade off.
Yeah, again, they just want to have a player on either extremity playing contact.
Just for the Baby Bay walk up. I mean, Baby Bay loves to walk up with the AWP on attack. Actually, I mean, I was getting trolled. I thought that G2 had way less money than they did. They've got more than enough.
Yeah, they're okay.
Buy.
I think they'd bought and maybe switched, but they're fine. I said the same thing.
Yeah, I think they trolled us because they took their pistols out.
Oh.
we got cooked. Well, EU's forced out of there.
So how's that?
I mean, when the actual site exec comes in, I have concerns for Furia when there's a Waylay jumping on EU's head.
Well, that and he's been denied like the best contact angle on A already because of that Trailblazer connecting.
Yep, so Shower's taken, aside from the fact that Arzen is on a very tight angle to try to take a shot and get away.
I've got your trail.
Do it. Seekers over the top. Baby Bay getting up top, but EU's ready.
Speaking of contact angles, EU was more than happy to hold that one, and he sees Baby Bay come at him. Valen, though, at least able to get rid of the Astra now. Playing by triple. This is dangerous. The orbital strike hits Lamps, but Jorg is taken down. It's through some masonry from EU. Trent's been here before. 1v4, 4 points of health, deals with Koala Noob, but there is the next wave always waiting for Furia. And that's 5 on the board for the defenders.
EU, my offer? my offer? This guy's crazy.
I mean, Baby Bay
what was Cryo doing with the AWP all those years when they had EU ready to go on Fade, man?
So Baby Bay shows here. I mean, he just has pretty good timing and kind of feels like there's going to be something following the Seekers in. Spot on.
Alan cleaning things up at the end. What is the spy going to look like for G2? They are getting the loss bonus at this point, but even still results in a few lesser rifles in their hands. Koala Noob, that's 1 AWP over on B. I'm sorry, that's 2 AWPs over on B.
You know what?
And then Koala Noob could go to heaven with the TP.
None of G2 all go to heaven first. They're all trying to work this A side. Nardazine again, tucked in this tight angle. We're checking that corner. Yes, great saturate as he gets on out. And Leaf is able to capitalize. With Alam out of the picture and a pre-plant pit, G2 should have this one locked up for now.
Yeah, not going to try to curse this one, but it should be over. This should just be a G2 round win. That exec is just too strong, and you know, Art, I think he's going to regret playing up that close against a Waylay. You are just going to be located, likely saturated, and even if not, the rest of the team are going to pounce on you after the refract. Well, that's a free one.
Okay, well,
it's as free as it gets, but
great entry point pick. Quality has a bit of an intuition for where he expects G2 to be lying in wait. Valen's getting active there. That takes G2 to 7 rounds on the attack side, but for Furia, it was 2-6 against them. Built back some fantastic rounds, and yes, definitely felt like Koala Noob was leading the charge, really heating up when he was able to get the scope weapons in his hands. Not just the ops, pretty insane Marshall 50 round for him as well.
He said it himself. When we went to his comms, he said, I know you guys want me to be rifling more, but I'm feeling it with the AWP. I'm going to keep using it.
And you're not far. They're off to the races.
Definitely. I will say, it felt like Furia had a better read on how to play against Baby Bay's attack opping than when we saw him just tearing apart 100 Thieves the last time those two teams matched up in G2's first game. But another one attack, I definitely have my eyes on Alan because he went crazy when they switched over to attack side on Abyss. His entries with the shorty were nuts. Pistol rounds and on gun rounds, he was getting entries with this gun, and he's going to try his best to do that right now. He was leaping the victim, nope, right onto Jaw.
Do you ever expect the loop around immediately into hookah? Jaw apparently didn't. That was way too fast. Leap trying to get out here, flashing through. Gets out onto the site here in G2. This was something they've run many, many times before. Simple flood behind this flash, and there's EU, found his second. This could be big, but Valorant and Baby Bay are still healthy. And the Headhunter will be sated.
Love to see that proactivity from G2. Furia, clearly, we could see from their point of views, they were not expecting the flood to come at that pace. The pop flash out of the smoke from Trent was really nice. Leaf was able to capitalize off that instantly. Multiplayer swing. I mean, this was a crazy first kill. Allen was just a demon in those spots, but yeah, it was Koala getting fully flashed up there. He was trying to get close, but did not expect them to
Trey,
be
you
in.
like that play? I ran out before the flash.
Still worked though. Still worked.
That looked a lot like what Furia were able to do to G2 on Abyss.
Hold up. We've got the Furia force coming through right now. They don't want to give G2 any momentum.
This could be costly, though, for them if things go wrong.
And Allen, he's got the Bucky, and he bought full armor with it. Demon buy. And they just want to run it back.
I'm okay with this. Prowler's going to force Leaf away. Armor, not going to save you. Yeah, Leaf is a little too sharp with it.
Huh? Replay ops. Dial in and give me that. Give me that at 0.25 speed for the replay package.
Alum simply ceased to exist there. And that represents the gambit for Furia kind of falling on its face in the very early stages of this round.
And unfortunately for them, it looks like they now have a desire to walk over towards A, where Baby Bay, of course, has an outlaw. And we'll be looking in their direction.
And they do not really have a way to force him off this line outside of the haunt.
Yep. And then Jaw's going to, even though Baby Bay's watching left, Jaw's going to take this contact, shoot one guy. Baby Bay's going to just get a kill and then teleport away. There's the kill. Two. My bad. I said one.
Two in the chamber, bro. That's the way it goes. There's the Headhunter getting involved. Baby Bay looking for more, but it's EU again who quickly doubles down.
With this classic right click.
Did he do that on the pistol?
Look, he is going to have a nightfall here.
I like the idea, but Leap has the stopping power in this round for G2. First it's Alum, and then it's EU to lock it up.
All right, guys, let's force again. Run it back.
I still want to see that replay.
Yeah, no, give me the replay. How did Leaf get that? Did he double headshot him, or did Valen do damage?
Oh, yes.
I mean, Valen must have tagged him.
Well, Valen has kill credit.
Yeah, he does have some kill, but is that just because of the smoke?
Maybe.
So, I mean, that was ridiculous.
Yo, I just shit on this kid.
I was about to say, I was going to say, what does Leaf have to say about that? As soon as I hear a producer say, hot, I was about, okay, well, Leaf is ready to talk trash.
Yeah, that's fine. You're always going to feel very good after having that level of stopping power on the enemy duelist while they're gambling with a force buy.
Okay, but if we're Furia, what if we go B again and have Alum with a shotgun ready to dash in?
Yep. They're buying down to have enough for guns next round. Here we go. Alum in, and then Alum straight on out. Artine very low, as he is Alum. Valen should be able to work the site. Spectre, a very well apportioned weapon for situations such as these. Jorg ran straight into the Bucky, and there's EU again, finding another of these frags out of nowhere. Now, the numbers favor Furia.
I mean, we're getting silly, man. Two people in container! Okay.
Baby Bay has a good approximate idea. Trent's got the weapon for this. Easy enough for the judge. Well, it's up to Baby Bay with an outlaw.
What game are we playing, man?
One bullet in the chamber, by the way, and Fury are about to put many. I suspect. Yep. Another thrifty for you guys, or virtually. As Fury are buying Buckies, Spectres, Stingers, you name it, it still works out.
Ridiculous. I mean, it felt like it was only a matter. Like, one of these forces were eventually going to pay off with the force B-hit rush. I mean, Leaf maybe regretting jumping out of there with the judge. That was interesting. And then he goes down and things kind of fall apart from there, and then they retrieve the judge, and a little bit chaotic.
So obviously, Nerve to... Okay, Nerve's going to be able to get himself a rifle. That's fine. There's a Spectre being handed around. Artizine's going to carry it. So yeah, there's implications for that sort of risky force behavior from Furia.
Oh, and by the way, EU has just been absolutely chilling with this Nightfall still that he got rounds ago, and is still the only ult available to any player in the server right now. So opportunity for that to be the catalyst of a Furia round win, where G2 have pennies in the bank if they lose.
Yeah, Bucky and Judge for G2.
I mean, they could be going into the Gremlin setup in Hookah right now if Furia unfortunately decide that they want to be in that area of the map, with the Trip going to ping and then Leaf jumping up with the Judge. Oh, what? What?
Okay. That's a big one for Valen to win out. And of course, he's long gone from Shower. Long gone. Get a bit of healing from the sky.
I mean, Furia are posted up for exactly just that kind of play, and it doesn't get punished. Here comes Allen going forward. Oh no, he hinders himself, so he's got to get the hell out of there.
Okay, so now Furia trying to fight for this front side control, but EU's actually gone straight through the smokes before Furia actually hit the front side at all. Here's the Bucky though for Jorg. And it's a legendary skin in the hands of a legendary player. EU dealt with in the Nerve. We'll come back in from...
I don't think Nerve can get to the spike.
Yeah, no.
Sadly.
The amount of time left? No.
I think he'll be saving that.
Pretty important round for G2 though, who are really starting to try and build towards a map win. Why that round, oh, their economy was teetering.
Yeah, not Nerve just staring at the chamber TP. What are the odds that Dre takes that? Well, we know it's 0, but yeah, unfortunately, the timing with that Nightfall was a little bit off, and G2 were fighting forward in the smokes. This was a crucial moment, though, where a patient Furia were waiting for a push exactly like that, but it goes completely unpunished.
All right, 17 rounds. Baby Bear with the Tour de Force does not need to buy. We'll see with the fully stocked Headhunter. And that ultimate at his disposal. We're pretty good against what might end up being Furia running up with shotguns. Let's see.
Baby Bay and Shower, iconic duo.
Man's got to get clean. We had Valen also start the round close by him, just in case there was something fast coming.
Yeah, Furia, they have no desire to go towards Shower, and I get it. I really do. They did not want to peek into the angle that there's a 70% chance that Baby Bay has chosen that, even though there are 4 lanes on the map. G2, though, on account of Baby Bay having that positioning, are comfortable with sitting 3 players in this B site.
G2 do not want to sit off the side against this, and what is that? Allen's gotten into the side as well, inside these smokes with the Bucky. Koala's found his second. Trent is really playing off the site at the moment. He avoids that flash, and there's going to be a multi-swing, but he had just the weapon for it! The godly ace from Trent. Did he finally get it? Remember the joke that he never got an ace? The Baby Bay got one before him? I think we just saw history.
I think that was actually a historic moment in Valorant that we just witnessed. I had to double check. I needed to wait for the graphic. That was an ace, right? From Trent. Can we get one of those little information pop-ups on the screen, please?
Finally did it!
Oh,
he did
yes!
All right, that's the confirmation. Never scrap the graphic. We don't need
That's it. Well, we know.
Scrap the graphic. We know what happened.
That is sick. All right, Trent gets his ace, man.
That was also an upgraded version of the similar play on Abyss. This time he killed them all, though, and not just 4 of them. He actually did it.
Well, with that being said, there's no way G2 loses this map
how did they lose this map after that?
Furia, though, have other plans.
Okay,
They're
well,
pretty quick on into this A side, but Shower's control still persists for the defenders.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, might as well just smoke it off and ignore it and fight everyone else forward. Just pay no attention to Baby Bay. If you don't acknowledge his existence, he can't hurt you. But Valen can, playing for a back triple, just swinging onto everyone.
So hardy. It's so hard to get him off these parts of the map, and Baby Bay at extremely close range is able to find Nerve, but there's a timing that he's got to be aware of here. EU cuts him down.
Yeah, he really does find his moment. Look at these Seekers on the flank, by the way, going up short as Leaf peeks out.
Journeyman cabbages getting across the map.
All in the hands of EU.
There's a double swing here, EU. Danger abounds, and G2 will move to map point.
Feels like this one might be done and dusted, though. On this round, Furia have 3 significant ultimates to play with, both of their dual assaults and a Cosmic Divide. So, you'd imagine that this game should continue for at least another one. But man, G2 really are making it look easy on this map. understood why they've now decided to pick into it as something at the top of their pool.
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to Split as the next map here too, Wyatt. That's where we see the breach from G2.
Looks like we're going to get a clash at B-Long, deep flash, and a full push from G2 to close out this game.
Trying to make a play to Hookah at the same time. There was going to be EU going down first. Leaf caught by Artazine. Still though, Fury haven't gotten deep on this B-Long now. Trying to play around this convergent pass. The shutdown from Jorg. Babyman Trent also able to slow this one up. And now so it's Artazine and Nerve. With poor weaponry, limited prospects, and an orbital strike nipping at their heels.
This just feels like one of those games where no matter what you do, the other team, they're just invincible. They are. It's one of those games where the opposition are just the best players you've ever seen in your life, because it's not like they did anything wrong. They dimensional drift, locate the player, convergent paths, Koalnoob gets out of it, but he gets one tapped. I mean, what can you do? Sometimes the other team, they just don't miss.
Cosmic Divide is about to expire, and so there needs to be a Nebula inside Vents.
He's trying to get silly.
I like this spot, however, might be a little telegraphed, this one. Does anybody look down?
They do not know. Josh spotted him.
Spidey senses clearly tingling, and there you have it, folks. Bind, wrapped up in a neat little bow by G2. And they're going to take this series all the way.
Dominant showing, courtesy of IG. Survey the situation. And remember that Furia are on the cusp of qualifying to the first Masters of this year. If they beat G2, they are but one game away from pulling that off.
With extra chances still in the back pocket.
I said, by the way. Furia, Mitch.
I said it before. This team has been free to reinvent themselves, and their chemistry is unreal. But G2 have got years and years and years in the server as a unit.
Now look, the setup here for Furia, it is simple. You have Koalnoob drawing some attention from G2, teleport back to B main where the execute's going to come through, and of course it is Alan. Of course he does have a shorty, does have to get out in that situation.
Yeah, look where the positioning is for Valorant. He's very far back, not to be caught out by the double dash in. Leaf able to find one. Can they play off of that? Despite the snake bite being in the way of G2, they can still trade for Leaf's kill, but they will be caught out of the sight. This spot for Baby is going to be crucial on this pistol, and he's playing it pretty safely, pretty conservative.
Just crouching, tucking his head so he doesn't get taken down. Listen, if I'm G2, I'm worried right now about the existence of EU. This guy has been a pistol round phenom in this series. Just jumping around with the classics. It doesn't matter. Right now he's got the Sheriff, though.
Just a tap of the spike for EU.
Look at Baby Bay. He has worked his way from heaven trying to get into B main. And the fact that Furia are just delaying getting the spike down is allowing him time. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, Nerve has been looking for it. He's been trying to bait the rap, and it comes. Baby Bay may have walked into a trap there.
Haunt is back up for EU as well. That's going to go out. Force Jaw to break, swings out, but that's 3 players ready to face him.
This is bought time for Valorant to step up, and now the inserted player on the site is the Yoru. Koalnoob ready to stand and deliver, but a shot catches his shot. Turns out it was the head. Fair enough. Joel gets it to half. He's going to have to get off of it now and fights! Here comes Nerve. 3 on the round. Furia on the board.
Yeah, he is back after having a crazy performance on Abyss, some struggles on Bind, but heats up immediately. Furia have been a solid pistol round team, as you mentioned prior. And they really just do a great job here of fighting together. I mean, Arc gets exposed in the open, but EU is there ready to just get an easy kill with one of those players vulnerable from the snake bite. This double swing is nice to close the round out.
Yeah, we just kill guys and they make mistakes every time. We're fine.
Again, the game is just so simple. That's a new one for me.
Is that one for you?
I'm writing that down. I'll be saying that in ranked.
Woe betide anybody who gets queued up with Wyatt and gets the most insightful thoughts on why you're losing your ranked games.
Now Furia just playing spread 1-3-1 to open up this round. Valen Goblin mode in the smoke with his shorty. Koalnoob is just going to relax on that angle. At least Furia know they don't have to worry about Vent at the moment.
Oh my goodness. Well, that was pretty fortuitous timing for Alan. Babybase simply walked out.
That really is the goal right now from Furia. Just get some of these G2 players to expose themselves to the open so they can get some nice and easy kills.
It's validating for what EU said at the end of the last round.
It really is. Valen, can he get this? That
might
be a little too far. Nope. All right. Gets up close.
Don't know if that's enough, Wyatt. The 1-for-1. Was Valen at the weak side? I guess with the Viper down.
Likely. Doesn't seem likely. Leaf does have a Bucky, by the way. I'm curious to see what his buy is going to be on the buy round with the Bucky, but
can he set this fault line up for... Okay, Jaw wants to join him.
He needs the full kit. Oh, listen, I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe he'll get some kills here on the exit.
I don't hate this angle. If he's expecting something... Yeah, I think this is going to be a setup for Jaw.
Okay,
maybe a contain.
EU does have the haunt. Surely he's going to throw it. But also, they just don't even need to actually get out of here. They can play in the corner. I mean,
Prowler's top box.
Know, and the C's.
Oh, okay. Fault line comes out. This is to dissuade Nerve, pushing out. Still don't know about Jorgamo here. Doesn't matter.
Oh, he's going in.
Oh, okay. Alan falls.
Or he's going out because he gets a free gun.
Yeah, obviously those three players won't perish to the spike. They're in a safe pocket away from the blast. Honestly, that was handled quite well from Furia. They had a lot of extraneous utility they're able to use to make sure there's not some weird, funky fault line play that G2 throw at them.
Unfortunately, though, they did lose the best gun that they had. That was the only small little thing at the end there, sadly. EU still with that Outlaw in his scoped weapons era. Furia, they are just 5 outside of A, ready to go. No one particularly close to an ult on this round. Probably won't be in play unless EU goes crazy.
It is a weird little bonus.
Now G2, they have control of B main with the smoke down from Val, and he's peeking that pretty aggressively. And they are in a position where they can get to this A site, get to that heaven side very fast. So it's very, very possible that they could try to fight Furia here.
Nerve lining up the rafters snake bites.
Yeah, Leaf already used his stun, but from this position he could have had something to help Trent over in heaven. It's a push down mid from G2, Furia getting into the site, and with the way they've positioned themselves, getting into this site to fight, no longer an option. It's going to be a straight up retake. They have the better weapons to pull it off.
And they got the breach and Fade utility at that.
Ooh, out of the open! Oh, two! Bro, I'm telling you, I mean, it's a new era for EU.
Man, that guy was just waiting for the perfect moment. The wall came down. He found himself too, and the fade off is complete. G2.
Is this just a save?
Yes!
Is this just a save for G2?
There's no way they're going to go for this. And look at the buy for Furia. It's free real estate.
It might be a little bit hard to get these guns if G2 try to patrol heaven. I mean, no, they want to collect them. Everyone's going up ramp to get these free rifles. I mean, what an easy round for Furia. That's wraps.
Super sick from Furia. That is crazy.
I mean, EU just simply shot them when the wall dropped.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, though, that is, you know, a bit of... Feels like laziness from G2, just not having that covered, not being prepared for anyone to fight that angle.
Were they light armored? They were
the first one was a headshot, and then the second one was Leaf, who was light armored because he bought the Bucky on the last round. I mean, listen, I'm assuming that's why, but...
Yo, let me just win us this round real quick, bro. I've been telling Shaw for so long, he keeps saying no to me. I've been saying Outlaw in the gun round is the most broken thing in the world.
Maybe in 120 words or less next time.
Yep.
Forget about it. Point made. That was real nice. EU said, this gun? Yeah, you're not getting Koala Noob. Sorry, buddy.
There.
He's playing for that rafter and ramp site.
I'm going to need someone to check about the armor thing, by the way. Not that I'm going to be able to see it, but someone check.
You know what?
Post it somewhere that I won't see it.
You could have just brazenly said it as if it was fact.
I mean, I did say it, and then I felt, I mean, I should have
You need to go to the Matt Morello School of Stats.
Regardless, Furia, they're all the way up in B heaven. Though G2 have the utility to slow them down as Leaf has made his way towards stairs. G2 with the 2 rifles to work with, that they, escaped the last round.
This
carrying.
This action, though, in heaven's been louder than my stomach in the last 5 minutes because someone's brought someone very scrumptious into the arena. Something crumbed, if I'm not mistaken. That's devious, by the way. After the fact, though,
no, it is messed up that I'm on a cut right now, and I'm
hungry?
smelling that. And
you smell it?
Yeah, so, someone's eating something delicious in here, real close to the casting booth. All right, hold on. Let me dial in, Mitch. I'm getting hungry. Let me dial in. Dog gets an entry kill, and then backs away, dialing in.
All right, Prowler out onto the side. A lot of this U2 and a gate crash gets Furia pretty deep here. Deep enough. The Trent's not going to be ready for Alan to catch him. But here's Jaw. Off for timing. Gets down ramp. Still 2 Furia players up on the site. G2 with the numbers. Time might be on their side here too.
Real danger there for Jaw. Look at the weaponry, by the way. Jaw, the weakest, is the only one with a rifle. Valorant trying to close the distance with this stinger.
It's tough from here. Artsy and Allen both healthy. And that's the round falling flat on its face for G2.
They're just doubled up, letting G2 have to work their way towards them on the retake. Better guns at range. And that damage onto Jaw ended up being pretty significant.
Found the food light.
I don't even want to hear about it anymore. I don't want to think about it anymore.
It's wafting.
Good recovery, though, from Allen. And EU continues the reign of terror with the Outlaw. Will he buy it again? That is the question. Or is it back to rifles?
All right, well, it's going to be a timeout.
Play some ideas.
You've got that Socratic method going, you know? I respect it. Broken Cell, ice to a polar
bear.
And
he's actually going to face off against Jaw, by the way.
Yep, okay. With an Outlaw against the fully armored target.
Yeah, luckily he has enough cash for the full armor. Unless he stood in the wall and then got shot, that would have been messed up, man. That would have been messed up. Everyone on Furia, they are working their way towards this A side. Can this be Jaw's moment? 1 kill, he also has the convergent paths and can absolutely set up a team for a round win, stall out the rest of Furia if they try to get the kill on him.
Prowler dealt with so many tools to force him off the line, and he's going to be in an awkward spot, a little bit exposed here. Shoots at the clone, as you do.
As well, and now getting chased down.
Everything in the kitchen sink, and they got him. Jorgamo down. He got back into screens, and got picked off through the smoke. So much for having value from that operator.
That util sequencing is actually just vile.
What do you mean sequencing?
Impossible to deal with. I mean, it was one thing after another. It's called a sequence, buddy.
That's true. I'm not gonna argue with that. All right.
Oh, little combo, but yeah, Art is able to sidestep that. Allen fighting forward into the Nightfall.
Okay, Paranoido is going to be slowed up. G2 can't play off that as quickly as they would have liked, and Artazine is tucked here on this corner. Valen, Baby Bay, both decayed down.
Yeah, both at 1 HP at the moment. And Allen, I mean, he's just shot in the foot. It doesn't even matter. He was so weak.
Baby Bay gets a trade up of a weapon, but Artazine was sitting and waiting for them. How about another round for the Panthers?
Straight out of the timeout, they are just eating G2 alive. Poor Jaw. I mean, watching that in his point of view, how could you feel anything but just bad?
What is proportional about this, exactly?
It's just messed up. It's just messed up, man.
They had to violate the Geneva Convention to get to him that round.
Nice little transfer from Artson.
What are they doing? What are they doing?
He's running, bro. He's running. You are a util tsunami threatening to break upon his small thatched hovel.
Valen trying to just do anything he can to get some kills. Okay, well, he gets one. That was someone, I think, just took their util out while he swung out, so gets the best timing imaginable.
Love that from Valen. He was ready to fight again. Steps back an extra meter or so.
Allen lit up the concrete, though. Just destroyed it. But now down mid, a Prowler went, and it looks like Leaf wants to take some space off the back of it. Yeah, play a bit of a forward angle.
Just, yeah, be a... Remember these weapons here for G2, not spectacular. Okay, element is
now what?
Whoa, he dodged the saturate, not bad.
Oh, Valen exposed though. That's big for Nerve to find. And now with 55 seconds on the clock, there is an opportunity for Furia to be a little bit patient, slow things down. And as things stand, there's no chance at the moment they'll be running into the Bucky, so they have to just deal with Baby Bay on this site, playing with the Bandit.
Sees the barrel of EU's rifle. Unfortunately, that advance notice just isn't enough to tip the scales in his favor.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that Artson was already going to be kind of pushed, tucked around that corner.
Only a sheriff now for Trent, and Furia are easing into these post-plant positions.
Yeah, they can let G2 go forward. Art can just send a Paranoia off. There's even another Prowler. Yeah, that's
two Prowlers. Oh, me. Guy's got everything. Jaw can skirt the edge of this. Oh, sees the shoulder of Artazine. Okay, now they've got good positioning. Convergent pass, and you can half the spike behind this. Trent is definitely going to have to take contact though for Jaw. And there's Nerve. They've got it. Unbelievable thrifty. Convergent pass at the perfect time. That hindrance takes Furia out of the round.
Furia just gave up so much space wanting to play off of their utility. But after it had been sent out, there was more than enough time for G2, and it's really just Jaw being able to catch that kill in the corner on Art, a little bit exposed.
That's a frustrating round.
I mean, how does Leaf get that kill, by the way? Crazy little shot.
But honestly, it's in the same vein as what Valorant did early in the round. Just being positioned up, just a variation thrown in that Furia aren't ready for.
Now look, even still, Furia, if they win this round, the economy for G2 is right back in the bin. One orb away is Trent from getting his Nightfall. Convergent Pass comes through. Are they going to clear Valen? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Valen doesn't have time for the hindrance to wear off. Pretty powerful, fast ult play into the B side. And Trent offers pretty limited resistance.
Yeah, Baby Bay trusts his best to get over there quickly as well, but is unable to get anything accomplished. Nerve needs to tuck, get out of the way of that aftershock. Okay, Leaf. I mean, random spray kill onto Art, and all of a sudden, G2 have a chance.
Rolling Thunder to come through. Alum gets popped up, I think, above the Viper's pit, potentially. Hard to say, but Jaw gonna drop in. Hit the Saturate as well. Nerve gets flattened, but the pit is now gonna fall. EU steps up, and he knows he's gonna be crossfire potentially, but Leaf doesn't have it set up in time. Turns to Flash. EU looks like a juggernaut out here. 10-2! You can't stop this guy!
EU is a damn demon on this map right now.
And he just cut that crossfire so comfortably. 11 kills, 2 deaths.
Look at the way he was just mogging Leaf. He was just staring at that angle. He knew the flash was coming. Turn, goes right back, and is just standing there.
Yo, I was so locked in, bro. I'm just waiting for this guy to swing me.
I mean, we could see it.
Yeah.
We could see
strange collection of players.
It, on paper, is just such a bizarre team.
Yes.
And yet, they are working so well together.
Now, what business do they have being this good, this early? It's a revelation, I think, in terms of our playoffs performances for Americas.
You have Artzin going back to lead this team after MIBR lose at champs, and he really took that hard, put all the blame on himself, and has bounced back, is playing a super solid controller so far. Koala Noob is just one of the hungriest players out there.
Yep.
Just a guy who he'll do whatever it takes.
Go anywhere. Yep. You could see how much it meant to him in that interview, of course, a couple weeks ago now.
And then you get that new talent, Alim, Star Duelist on core, Nerve, who's just been grinding forever, and then you're like, wait, EU's not on 100 Thieves anymore? Nope. It's not like he was ever bad.
Nope, absolutely not.
And then he's over here, and somehow this team are just the truth. Walla is in with the Outlaw. Pretty silly, but yeah, follow-up is nice.
Yeah, look, I think tough to call a clear round here if you're G2.
Thought that was about to be a headshot.
I think Josh was probably game planning for round number 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Last player
Spike. Joe looking for a timing there, but Alan was locked in on ramp.
Valen trying to make it seem like he's going to walk out of screens, but Furia know that's a lie, except Alan was still looking forward.
Despite that.
Yeah, despite that, Elm still not looking the other direction.
Maybe some input lag on that information
over there.
That's fine. Right. Chalk up another one here for Furia. Now G2's timeout that they called, we're going to be looking now for what that timeout actually meant. Adaptations perhaps around this Viper's pit, maybe you just send it mid, right? Force the game out to the extremities. You've got a Nightfall for the retake if you need it.
Yeah, another Nightfall.
EU, by the way,
because EU's just frying. So he has another Nightfall.
Boom.
Alan,
Boom, baby.
He was orb maxing there. Maybe that's why he died on purpose. Got a kill, got the orb, dies, 3 orbs. Genius. All right, well, you can clearly see the plan for Baby Bay in mid. Judge, ult,
hit.
There you go. In the meantime, over on the, A side of the map, you have a patient Furia and a very active Furia towards B. Look at that teleport, dimensional drift right in there. Leaf has to step up as the anchor. Jaw helping him out.
That gets his. Alamo straight for Leaf. He's a little low, and there's no heaven control yet for Furia. Actually need some time. They need to buy time for these rotates to come in, but I love this from Jaw, inserting himself down ramp to catch this cross potentially.
Nightfall comes out from G2. Counter Nightfall will be coming through any second now from EU, surely, as soon as they're aware that the players are coming out of heaven.
It would give away where he is, though, so he's thinking about, I think, maybe how to make best use of this. The hindrance on Jorg, not capitalized on yet. Oh, okay, through the smoke, there could be something there. And here's the counter Nightfall. Now the EU has revealed himself, and it is a flood of red on the kill feed, but Valen keeps his team in it. Only just. Decay down, trying to play through these smokes, but he might. Well, he would have had a timing if he hadn't made noise. He was deafened. And that's an impossible round to win. Another 2-piece for EU. 15-2.
And with no audio as well, I like that teleport up top from Artzin.
Yeah.
Valorant had no idea. EU, massive kill again. I believe he was the one that took out Baby Bay over on ramp. Maybe it was his teammate. Yeah, it was EU getting that kill. And as soon as he knows he's safe, Nightfall. Triple connection off that. Round as good as done.
Oh my god, bro, I am heating up, gang.
Such a wholesome way to describe it.
He has been the main character on Split so far, though no one's going to argue with that.
There's just no one on G2 at the moment that, in terms of the firepower, can compare to what Furia are doing. We are not seeing the Leaf performance that we had against 100 Thieves just yet.
Okay.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. G2 want to press a little bit forward and get some space. I mean, they know an Outlaw is there, and they're peeking out, but hey, they have one round. They're on an eco. They're taking risks. I can't really blame them for just having the feeling of, let me do something. Let me try to get a kill. Oh, the timing on the drop to the barrel. That's unlucky.
Yeah, not much to be found in a round like this, I think, for G2. So Draw would like to fly high here, but on an eco round, I don't necessarily know if you're going to see Fury just jam everything through A main.
Trying to reposition himself.
Saturate dodged. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. Fire rate not the issue with a shotgun, and Alum is going to spy Jorg
30
early.
seconds left.
Furia are just on an insane run right now. Nerve holding on the flank. Valen going to get this one rifle. Alum ready to lock things down though. Maybe they weak. First shot is good. Koala Noob on that trade. This is Furia up 9-1 against G2. Map 3 to get into this upper bracket final with a shot of making it to Masters.
It is, yeah. Sometimes
Madness.
Fact's stranger than fiction.
This is the G2 team that are unbeatable regionally. They won it all of last year. No one could stop them. And the fact that Furia, this new team, might be able to do it right now in this fashion is unbelievable. But you can't count G2 out just yet. They can get right back into this game.
Time to jump.
They are a team that made a lot of comebacks last year, too.
Yeah.
That was their bread and butter.
Okay. Good
Just some taps from Jaw, sure.
Yep, one smoke kill deserves another. Koala Noob now dying by the same sword he lived by in the previous.
EU, by the way. Weapon check. Outlaw.
Still Outlaw.
Armor check on G2. Full for everyone.
Yep. Aura check at maximum for EU.
Can Artzen find this kill? No. That peak
Okay,
is
double
slow.
sweep.
Yeah, nice from Baby Bay.
Doubling his kills for the map. Love to see that.
One enemy remaining.
Joel trying to get in there, just throws in the saturate. There's a flawless round coming up for G2. Not a moment too soon.
Felt like they had a real desire to win out a dominant round. Like they got to beat on where those last two players were at, and they just flooded them. Easy there for Baby Bay. Nice shot shutting them down in vents.
Off angle. All right, flawless round. Statement round, to be sure, for G2. I think 2 to 3 rounds on defense side is it's not going to spark joy.
Looks like we might be set up for a huge fight in A main. Jaw's convergent pass here could destroy Furia.
Fault line first.
Ooh, the Haunt didn't get anyone. If it got some pings, he definitely would have used that ultimate.
He might just face this. Okay, no, I think Jorg has a good reason to expect there's multiple players here. So here's the convergent paths. Now what?
Yeah, they can't actually push too aggressively. That snake bite in the way.
They got the orb. But that's kind of it for now. And they have just used the Wale ultimate. Obviously, Alum still has a convergent pass. He's been sitting on it for a few rounds.
Yeah, I mean, kind of just massive delay. They trade one ult for that into Leaf getting an orb, so he has Rolling Thunder, and they can use that later.
EU feeling himself is just re-clearing this for free. Wow. The taxman cometh, apparently.
Jaw is just a genius when it comes to spamming through that Viper wall. 3 kills in the last 2 rounds. Intuition on max. Furia making their way over towards this B side. G2 are definitely aware that Furia, they're making the way over towards this B side. They have 3 players there now. Jaw's just sat in A main. Here come the smokes, and G2 really can just play this out for a full retake. They don't have to rush this at all. Leaf has that rolling thunder. You could have Valorant, well, he's going to get that first kill, but even at that, he could, well, just get a second kill. I'm trying to give him a strat, bro. It doesn't just kill him. Whatever, man, just kill him.
It's a Viper's pit now.
It doesn't even matter.
Calling back on the side, his nerve was
And
hoping
what
to
if
make
they just
something
shoot
of this
him?
round. Yeah.
Tactics, ults, who gives, you know, I can't say that on broadcast. No one cares. I mean, just go shoot him. Just go shoot him and kill him. The game's easy. Whatever.
2 flawless rounds back-to-back to cap off the half here for G2, and there was a lot of this action.
Oh, there was an elbow through the wall.
30 seconds left.
There was. Thank you, replay.
Not with this. Oh, man. I mean, you are quick to see that. I am inclined not to believe that you saw anything at all. Right, Snyder.
Out to Furia being able to circumvent that util and then getting some good floods of their own and some good big set retakes. Now, we saw they had that on, you know, in spades on Abyss. We'll see if they can recreate that here to close out the game. This would be a big pistol round for G2 to take.
Chasing the fault line, Furia hastily try and get to the low ground here, and they've shut down this first thrust pretty effectively on the pistol.
That's what I mean. They're able to dodge that util coming into sight, just fight out of heaven. Nerve, a bit of an awkward timing, outpaces his players and screens. Wow, damage from Allen is significant, and Art's in easy swing.
Trent sitting on a,
wow.
Not the appropriate weapon for that. Frenzy out in the open.
I like that out the gate from Furia. There wasn't any pressure coming towards heaven from G2. It was a direct line getting into that site. They were able to dodge out on that util. Allen drops down. EU had thrown a haunt just before that. And they are just able to clean up these G2 players trying to get out of the choke. Might have to drop him to 30% on calm audio. He's getting even louder.
I feel it's like if Nikkei 30 got a little bit less family friendly, a little bit more sweaty.
G2, they are opting for the force. Real do or die buy here for them. Getting out. Maybe what a shot!
Man, he led that beautifully. Koala Noob, he's awake and he's frying. Valorant's able to get around the corner, but the Spectre does hit in, and Koala Noob gets the post back up on the spot.
This is just effortless. Baby Bay was on a late lurk to try and come through heaven. It's always a sick in your stomach feeling when you're the last guy and you're the lurker across the map. Okay, well, we are getting a little bit too excited here, Furia. Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Right.
The stable hands of EU. All good. Safe with him.
Furia, though, carry those rifles out of the round.
That's insane. He wasn't even, that was a quick scope.
It was. That was about as FaZe Clan as you get.
One enemy.
Okay. And then he posts back up, right? Gets back into...
yeah, just in that safe
tunnel.
position.
Beautiful.
And now G2, no real decision to make other than, well, we just got to run it back.
Yep. It's going to be the G2 Stinger buy with a Bucky. All the main characters of your favorite G2 rendition of an attack side round.
They're just jiggling down mid. Not going to get spotted out by that Prowler. Still, though, feels that some additional pressure could be coming, so he throws down the snakebite just to delay as the smokes get cycled from the playoff. Here comes Jaw.
Renoy catches through. EU wanted a bit of a fight in mid. It's going to be Nerve now with the judge. Now, surely there's a way to play around this. Okay. Surely there's a way to play around it. There we go. Leave on the swing there. Artising, though, at least able to make it interesting. Falls away.
Oh, what a
good spot to be with that Stinger. Yeah, sharp shooting from Trent. Callum has the timing, but has now revealed himself. Can refract away, though. And this leaves Trent with the spike to hand, sure, but on his own in a 1v2.
Another monster play would be demanded of Trent here. He was outrageous on bind. Started that game with a 1v2 clutch. Now G2 with their life on the line on map 3.
30 seconds left.
Going to have to pull something just like that off again. These two duelists from Fury, they're doubled up, both working through screens. One flash for Koala.
And so Trent will tuck himself here in A main.
And this does have that haunt back. It did just cycle up.
This was the gun round. This is the last best potentially buy that G2 has for this series. Trent has to clutch it after getting his first ace of his VCT run. Now he needs to go 1v2 in the biggest moment possible, and it's not to be. Alum will be doubled up and waiting.
Alum is just so ready. When that peek isn't coming from heaven, not even a jiggle, nothing, and they've walked through screens, he's just prepared for the peek from main. It's a good opener from Leaf, caught EU off. Bart was really fast on that trade though as well. Dual one in main.
Good job. All right, guys. All right, play our game. Play our game one more round.
Add that one to your repertoire as well. That could be good. When you're
Play
winning,
our game,
yep.
that's a
One,
classic.
Yep, like that one.
And EU, to close this out, wants to do it in devious fashion with the Outlaw, of course. Nerve with the Judge yet again to play towards mid.
The Outlaw against 3 half-armored targets could be pretty good. Oh, Alum pops up, sees Baby Bay playing passively. That's information gained. Nerve's going to try and fall back here in towards heaven again with the Judge. And oh, buddy, Furia just don't seem to care. No respect. Baby Bay gets pushed on the extremity of the map. And now some heaven control will be attempted. There's the saturate. And Jorgamo will vaporize in a burst of color.
And Leaf just doesn't even want to test Alim further. It's 2 versus 5. Just Leaf remaining.
One little Leaf against the full fury of the Panthers. A flawless round to close it out. This Furia team is something.